So, time for another hobby vlog. Ooh, I've bought a tripod. Look, ooh, no hands. Steady your camera. I'm just sorting my paints out because I'm going to paint. Oh, tripod not working. Is it working? It kind of works. Right, what am I doing? Well, I am going to paint these raptors. No, I haven't finished the big building yet. I need to have a break because, as some of you all know, I have a squishy brain sometimes, and it's been a really bad week at work, and my brain is a pile of goo at the moment, and I'm losing the ability to perform even basic tasks. And the thing that helps me most is, what I like to call it art therapy, is painting models without having to think about it. So what I do, and I haven't done it yet, maybe I should have done this before starting to talk. I'll do it in a minute. What I do is I line up all the pots of paint that I'm going to need to use, and then I go round the batch for the first pot, and then round the batch for the second pot, and do it that way. And I have something on the telly, or on Alexa there. Hello. And, oh, all right, get you. And I just take my brain out and paint, and I find that the most therapeutic. So I am putting everything else to one side for the moment, because everything else requires thinking about. That building was a lot of thinking about last weekend, and I realised with hindsight that too much thinking. I haven't done brain out for a while, so need to do more brain out. So I've decided I'm going to paint these raptors this weekend, and if I can get the remaining 2 packs of the Bloodied Maw finished, then that'll be super duper. I mean, I don't technically need them for the next game I've got planned, but you never know, I might change what I've got planned if I get all these done. I've just sprayed all those fulminators. I mean, these are ultramarines then. Just sprayed all those fulminators. They're downstairs drying. What I also have over here, the bikes for the Nightlord. Oh, the Terminators as well. The Attremenda. But I'm not going on to those just yet. So I'm sat pondering and sharing my thoughts with you now. I've got a I am a wargamer video to do because I was challenged by Winters, so I have to do that. I might do that tomorrow, possibly. I don't know. I could do that without too much impact on my brain, I think. Yeah, so I'm just sat putting my paints away, clearing my desk. I need to do some tidying around the house. It doesn't help. It's a bit cluttered at the moment, and it doesn't help my brain. Things being cluttered when things are open and tidy, it tends to be a bit better. But it has got me in mind of Winter's cautionary tale. I'm sure most of you will be familiar. He posted a thing on YouTube about dealing with depression and how his job laid him low. And whilst I am absolutely nowhere near as bad as he is, and I think he's an absolute hero for carrying on the way he does, and I'm posting that video on YouTube, and that was phenomenal. It has got me thinking, because it is a cautionary tale. The thing that causes me most stress, the vast majority of my stress, is work and having to use my brain for lots and lots of thinking during the week, because I have a thinking job. And so we're thinking, could I do this for a living somehow? Is there a route to being able to do this professionally? So I've been pondering that this morning, when I shouldn't be pondering it at all, because that's using my brain. I should be going straight to the painting. So I'm trying to curtail myself and get this painting done, and start this painting off. I'm rewatching Lucifer on Amazon Prime / Netflix at the moment. That's good. Take your brain out stuff. So I'll be listening to that whilst I'm painting this. But it has got me thinking: is there a way I could make a living out of 40k? I mean, I have, because I am a very niche person in the 40k environment. My YouTube channel is very young. I don't have a huge following. Just going thinking, what is my USP? What's my unique selling point? What could I do that people might be willing to pay a small amount of money for? And it would all add up. And I've not come up with any answers to that, but it's one I am going to continue to think on, because I enjoy this. I'm good at this. It doesn't hurt my brain. If there's a way I can think of trying to do it for a living, I need to explore that. I don't know. Really just thinking out loud at this point, with the camera pointed at the things. Yeah, it's nice and steady, isn't it? It's on a tripod. I bought, Dave at work, hi Dave, has persuaded me to buy a gimbal. And I was playing about with that, and that looks like fun. It's a robotic arm type thing. You mount the phone on a joystick, and you connect it via Bluetooth, and you've got a little joystick that makes the camera go and move around. But it's super stable. So the next film I do, I am going to try that. I am going to try that and see what I can gimbal. Right, I'll sort these paints out now and get cracking. So one of the drawbacks of painting in large batches is I don't get to vlog as much, because there aren't many bits to vlog about, like finished doing this bit, finished on that bit kind of thing. Because the bit a minute ago I filmed Saturday lunchtimes before lunch. It's now Sunday tea time. It's now 5:30, and I've been head down. Hand-eye coordination is an issue, and not got very far. Well, I say not got very far. I mean, there's lots and lots of work there, but not much to vlog about. Just done my my I Am a Wargamer response. Did that earlier. Now I got a couple more colours to do. Got to do the skulls, a couple of bits of rock on the bases. Then they get to be drowned in Nurgle oil. Then I think I will go and have my tea whilst it dries. It's a lovely day out. Go get the washing in, maybe enjoy some sun. Oh, well, by enjoy some sun, I mean go and sit in the shade and hide from the burning orb in the sky. Just, outside. I digress. And this is what they look like, excuse me, with the magic Nuln oil applied. Ooh, shiny. Look, they look almost the same as the finished ones. It's like liquid talent in a bottle. I love that stuff. Okay, so it's now 7:15. I'm fed, I'm watered, and I am curious to see if I can get these done before the end of the night. Because if I can, I'll have done basically 2 units of Raptors this weekend. And considering the Night Lords take ages to do, I think that would be pretty good if I can do that. So, enough talking, let's see how I go. Okay, so it has been a little while since I have vlogged. I think I had Raptors on here last time. So, yeah, you've got a very close-up picture of Lemmy's fur at the moment. So I think I had Raptors on here last time I vlogged. But, she's moved. But so those I have painted, and she's back. Those I have painted and are sat in the garage, I think. I think I've put some pictures of those up on Insta. Camera. So, the Muse said I wanted to paint these. So, What have we learnt about these? So the cork's quite interesting. So where these have... Oh, can you focus? Can you focus? I'm sure you could if you wanted to, but you're electing not to. Alright. So the cork's interesting. It's absorbed the paint and not lending itself very well to dry brushing, so I don't know quite how I'm going to get an effect, a multi-tone effect on the rock bit. I've got sand obviously on the top bit. I've got some weights stuck to them so that they can actually stand up, or at least the one. I'm more worried about these sort of crazy running ones than the others. They need to be able to stand up. So what have I done? I have they've just been sprayed in basic Mephiston red. Obviously I'd prefer it if they were in corn red, but I wouldn't prefer it enough to have to paint the entire model in corn red. I really, because the Night Lords take so long, I want these to be quick. So what have I... Sorry about that. The phone rang and it was a cold caller. Well, I say a cold caller, it just instantly hung up, like those terribly friendly calls do. So I've just taken the red undercoat, the base undercoat, and I've filled in all the bronze trim with Balthazar gold, and then all of the metal with lead belcher. A few pipes and things, and the armor joints. The weapon I've just painted in lead belcher. I wouldn't previously have done a different colour on the blade, but actually, do you know what? I didn't do that on the Night Lords, and I actually think it looks all right. So yeah. So then it has had a healthy bath in Nuln oil. Now, it's a little dull. You can't... I don't know if you can really tell. Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe if I turn the light off. They're quite drab. Now, the intention... Light up, illuminate. Movie reference, anyone? The intention is to then dry brush the bare metal with iron breaker, and the gold bits with... I'm speaking very slowly today. With Gehenna gold. But what I don't know is if the red is going to pop enough as a result, whether I need to do some highlighting. I really don't want to have to do that, because that is a lot of extra work, and I imagine the World Eaters would look kind of grubby. But you really can't tell, because I'm looking at the camera and I think they look all right, and then I look back at the models and think they're too drab. It's not coming across on camera how toned down they are. So I might try and get away with just a couple of odd highlights. Don't know, so I'm going to be experimenting with that. Behind them, you can see my Night Lords bikes with the silver dry brushing. The next step would be to Cantor Blue. But my muse, the butterfly of my muse has taken over, and I am doing these because I want to. I've also finished building the majority of all my Death Guard, with the exception of a unit of Plague Marines and a few Terminators. And the demons that I'm building at the moment. And I am going to... I want to paint those soon as well. So, I don't know. I'm going to flit around, I think. I think I am going to flit around. Because I have some time off work. And I have decided I'm going to spend it doing just whatever I feel like on the day. Each day. So... I'm going to crack on with that, methinks. And yeah, I sort of had a notion, what if I did a unit of each god? So I do some Berserkers, then I do my Plague Marines. My Thousand Suns are still in the cupboard. Undercoated, ready to be painted. I could do a unit of those. Don't know. Then I thought, I could get them all to 500 points because I've got a lot of armies that I haven't actually got playable. I thought, I'll get everything to 500 points. Then I got distracted by Guard and ordered a box of Chimeras because I don't have enough Chimeras. Yeah, right. So I'm going to do some highlighting on these now. No, dry brushing onto the metal and see how it looks. Okay, so they brightened up quite a bit. I'm happy enough with them as they are, I think. So, what is to tell you? Let's have a look at this one. See if it focuses on it. No, apparently not. The really difficult bit is the shape of these shoulder pads are not... how can I get this to focus? I need to rub some oil on the machine spirit. That transfers on a skew whiff. Let's not show you that one. Let's look at this one instead. The shape of the shoulder pads does not lend themselves to you can't really see. Never mind. You can't. Doesn't lend themselves to having. I know what I can do. Hand switch. Right, the shape of the shoulder pad, right? So normally they've got this trim around it, but you can. I'm looking through the camera here, that's why I can't draw. And then you put the transfer in the middle. But these shoulder pads have got jagged trim that does this, and it comes down there as well. So there's not enough room for the transfer. Super annoying. But with some microset and microsol on them, they've kind of melted enough on so it doesn't really show if you don't look too closely. So I'm not looking too closely. I'm reasonably happy with that. I think the cork bases have turned out quite well. I'm quite pleased with those. Gives them a bit of extra height. Means they'll stand next to the current batch of Chaos Marines without looking tiny. Yeah, I think they look okay. I mean, they're not super. If I'd spent an extra 3 hours on them, well, half an hour or one, or an extra 4 hours on them, I'd have a shade of red that I prefer, but I don't care. I don't care. So, I think now it's time to put these onto the finished army tray. I think you're going to need more trays. And then do this next lot, the Dread and the Apostle and the Raptors, to give me a little over 500 points. Yeah, that's the plan. Right, time for more hobby vlog. I think this one's going to span a couple of weeks, I think, with all the various bits and bobs I've been doing. This here on the floor, ignoring the stuff where I've missed the bin from across the room, this is a massive bag of stuffing, which I have been using to try and make smoke effect, fire effect, smoke plumey things. There will hopefully be another video on that at some point. That's a work in progress. The idea is that you get one of these tea lights and you put this filling on top of it, and then you spray it black, and it looks like smoke. So, been doing a bit of that. Haven't chipped away too much of this particular pile of shame. I've had a couple of weeks off. It's Wednesday today, on week 2 of a 2-week break. And I kind of hoped I'd chip through all of that, but I've been super distracted. I've assembled... Oh, walking around. I have assembled and undercoated my Nurgle demons. Oh, this guy. Really pleased with this guy, although the base I've got for it is a bit too big, I think. Managed to get this guy off eBay when, for a ridiculous price, it was like 12 quid. It was ridiculously cheap because it was a European seller, and they'd put their native, I think it was Polish, they put their native currency on the list rather than the price in pounds or euros, and it was really, really high. It was like 300, and I did a bit of Googling, and it was obviously really cheap, but the high numbers were obviously putting people off. So I thought, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to take a punt. And the same guy sold me these as well. These were like 6 quid. And these are Forge World Nurgle Preachers. Oops. Maybe I should hold them one at a time. This is the best one. And I thought what I can maybe do is use those as sorcerers in a... what do you call it? A Death Guard detachment to lead demons. So a Death Guard detachment with demons. But then again, you have to have multiple detachments now to take demons. So I might as well use a Herald. But anyway, I think they're cool. And these have all been sprayed. So that's those. I finished assembling that big thingy gubbins, the cathedral-y type thing. That's downstairs waiting to be sprayed. I've also assembled these couple of bits. I've been a little bit wild with the dry brushing. I need to neaten these up a little bit. But that's all right. I was doing them with tester pot emulsion, which I had colour matched to like Codex Grey and Fortress Grey years ago in B&Q. This one even's got Rhinox written on the side of it because that's my Rhinox hide colour match. Great for scenery. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Imperial buildings to paint. I'm not going to do anything massive with them. They're going to look similar to this, which I think it does the job. It's a bit of dry brush on the main bits, and then the gold effect with the with some Agrax on it. So, going to do that, so I can do a bit of an Imperial city. I've been looking at what I need scenery-wise and game map-wise to try and be able to do all sorts of different narrative scenarios. I've ordered a ruined city one, so I can do. I find it quite jarring having the sort of wastelands type mats, but with buildings on them. It's like, okay, well, where are the roads? Where's this? Where's that? Where's the other? So I've got a sort of derelict city mat coming, and I'm going to do another order. I've seen one that's like I can use as an embarkation deck on a spaceship, because I obviously want to be able to do ship-to-ship battles of some sort. Boarding actions, so I've ordered that one. And obviously I've got a load more scenery still to do, because I'm chipping away at the scenery. I've got a lot of armies to paint, a lot of scenery to paint. I'm all geared up at the moment. So the main thing that's distracted me so far this holiday are my World Eaters, which I think I was talking about earlier on, but who knows. So what have I got? I have got I got some Possessed. Say hi, guys. Hi, guys. I got some Berserkers, Dreadnought, Raptors, regular Marines, Demon Prince. And then I have got a couple of not Demonettes, that's the wrong one. A couple of Bloodletters to make my squad of Bloodletters up to 15. Some Blood Crushers. These are some of my eBay rescues that I've had on the shelf for ages. So these are in progress. So with that, at circa 1,000 points. Well, it's 1,070 with the 2 characters. So it's roughly 1,000 points. and with the demons, it's going to be just about 1,500. So when I finished the first couple of World Eater units, I posted on Insta, who should I play these against? And someone said, well, it's got to be Slaanesh, hasn't it? It's got to be Emperor's Children. I thought, yeah, abso-freaking-lutely, it's going to be Emperor's Children. So I'm going to do a bit of a series that I'm going to call the War of the 10 Legions. Basically, all the infighting in the 10,000 years in the Warp, in the Eye of Terror, in various different settings. So I'm going to have lots of fun at various points with chaos on chaos battles. And there's 10 different permutations, right? I mean, I don't have them all painted, but I have got, with the exception of the Alpha Legion, I have got the other 9. So that's Black Legion, Emperor's Children, Death Guard. I actually have 2 Death Guards. Emperor's Children, Thousand Suns, they're not painted yet. World Eaters are now painted. Yay! Then the sort of non-religious-y type, well, I say non-religious, the undivided ones. We've got the Word Bearers, absolutely. They're certainly religious. Night Lords, don't have Alpha Legion. Got Iron Warriors. And I have got some Fallen Dark Angels. What I'm really hoping is that they turn them into a proper Chaos Legion. And I can expand it from just the few units of Fallen that I've got. The couple of 10 Fallen of Cypher I've got. I'd love to be able to have a proper little warband of those. So I am just after lunchtime. I've just been doing some YouTube stuff with my new channel, setting up the perks and things to see if that's going to be a thing. Who knows? Got to try it, though. And I'm going to sit... What have I been watching? I'm watching my way through Archer again on Netflix. I've watched Lucifer all the way through, and I'm currently halfway through Series 5 of Archer, with another 7 or 8 another half dozen series to go. So, that's my plan for this afternoon. Paint those. I need to get those buildings painted before I can do this particular battle. So how quickly I can get that on air, or on tubes, depends entirely on how quickly I can get those buildings painted. These bikes are sat at the back taunting me. They go, what about us? As are these Terminators. Yes, that's my plan for today.